Yo, what's going on, guys? It's NoahzHD here, back again with another video. No face cam once again today. We're going to be talking about the New Orleans Saints versus the New York Giants, Week 4. I was even debating to ghost a while and not even make a video on this game because I was so utterly disappointed and disgusted from what I saw last week. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. First of all, let's hypothetically say we win this game. We win versus the Giants, but we have the same performance. Let's say, for an example, the game ends on a missed field goal with around them, and we win by about 2 points. This would be an ugly win. This would be one of the most ugly wins of the season, and arguably, I'd still be happy that we got the W, but I would be almost just as mad as I am for what we did. The loss makes it 10 times worse. Our record should not be 2-2 right now. And here's the thing. If we lost to a good team, if we lost to a team that I know is going to make the playoffs, if we lost to Dallas, if we lost to someone that is obviously really good, has shown flashes. We just lost to the 0-3 Giants without Darius Slayton and Shepard. I forgot his name. Sterling Shepard and Slayton. I mean, they're two best receivers. We just got torched by John Ross and some guys that I don't even know on the New York Giants. An 0-3 team. We made Daniel Jones look like Peyton Manning. I have no words for how utterly disappointed I was. And everyone, I've seen some people say this game was on Jameis. Say that I don't really have a reason why they think that, but it's utterly not true. In fact, we should be praising Jameis, and that's the only good takeaway I have for this game, actually, is Jameis. He looks great, and he shows, in the second half, Jameis, those long passes that we saw, the Stills and the Callaway, that shows that when Sean Payton actually wants to get his head out of his ass and actually start calling plays and trust in our quarterback who'd won a Heisman Trophy, who threw 5,000 yards, who is capable of doing great things, and stop holding him back. So, since Nos, I don't think he did it, the Booty Cheeks player this week on my channel is going to go to fucking Sean Payton. Okay? Two players, Paulson Adebo and Sean Payton. More so Sean Payton. First of all, I have to blame the defense here, and the defense I thought was elite. I still think it is elite. We still have Marcus Davenport out, we still have Quan Alexander out, and we still have David Onyemata out. Two key pieces on our D-line, one key piece in our linebacker core, but this game wasn't even on our front seven. I mean, our front seven was alright this game. Pete Warner had a great game. Pete Warner, I'm glad he's turning out. Our front seven did not get any pressure today either. The pressure was decent. I mean, we started the half off pretty decent, pretty good. Peyton Turner obviously doing his thing. Cam Jordan, once again, another statue game for Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan has been a statue. I think the most pressure he got was versus Carolina? I don't even know. Tell me when's the last time Cam Jordan actually got a pressure or a sack. Utterly disgusting how Cam Jordan's been playing. But yeah, the biggest disappointment for me is Paulson Adebo. Almost every single pass was completed, and he just got cooked all game. Paulson Adebo absolutely could not guard for his life. There was a lot of plays, just chunk plays after chunk play, and it was at the point where I had no hope. Like, we just couldn't get a stop. I mean, it was a matter of offensive possession. And here's the thing about our offense. Our offense was capable. It was 100% capable. But there was two things wrong with our offense. Only two. Is Sean Payton didn't open the playbook in the first half. The first half, the offense was flat. Why? Because we didn't open up the playbook to Jameis. And two, the reason why we failed is because fucking Taysom Hill. I'll get to Taysom Hill in a second. But I want to get over our defense first. Malcolm Jenkins and Marcus Williams, they're consistent players. They sell maybe one drive a game, but other than that, they're just fine. They're fine. The only change I can think of is the Saints on defense need to get healthy, and they need to bench a Debo. And keep doing. If I see a Debo take another snap next week, I mean, he's going to take snaps, but I better not see him start. I don't want to see a Debo start next week. I want to see him on the bench, ready if someone goes down. He is not fit for that starting role. He had one good game against Devontae Adams in week 1 versus a underprepared Green Bay Packers team, and then Sean Payton's like, okay, he's ready for the starting spot. He's a rookie. Let him sit in the oven a little longer. We just traded a third for Roby. We didn't trade him for him to sit on the bench. He has enough playbook in his head. Let's start him versus Washington, okay? Quan Alexander should be back, and Marcus Davenport maybe. The good news is that if we win versus Washington, we're in a great position. If we win versus Washington, I'll be happy. But this loss is just something that shouldn't happen. We should be 3-1 right now, no question. It's so disappointing. It just so is. And everyone who says our offense and Sean Payton was more of the issue, I think defense was more of an issue. Because to score points, you have to get the ball. Our defense couldn't stop getting torched. Play after play. I wanted to gouge my eyes out from what I was watching. Daniel Jones. Chunk play after chunk play after chunk play. Running the ball with Saquon Barkley. He hasn't done anything all 3 weeks. We're supposed to have an elite run-stopping defense. He ran all over us. What happened there, huh? That was one of the most utterly disappointing performances I've ever seen defensively in years. Our defense, I thought, was top 5. It just, until further notice, it's top 15, okay? One week, we have the best defense in the league. Another week, we're utterly trash, and we're getting torched by Sam Darnold. One week, back again. Patriots had a pretty damn good defense. Some questions, but we had a pretty damn good defense. And then back week 4. Bam! Defense is hot garbage on the side of my shoe. Get your shit together, Saints. Utterly disappointing. I mean, just... Everyone wants to say Sean Payton. Everyone wants to say Taysom Hill. Yes, there was issues there. But our defense, if we could stop Daniel Jones, we're supposed to have an elite defense. If we can sack Daniel Jones, if we can pressure him, if we can actually play zone. And by the way, speaking of zone, why is Dennis Allen playing zone all the time? Well, does he just magically think it's going to work out of the 15 times it's not fucking working? Just play man. Just play man. I don't understand. Send 5. Play man. You think they're going to dissect it? At least try it. We played it for like 4 times. It was stupid. Marshawn Lattimore thrives in man coverage. Marcus Williams, Janoris Jenkins, Malcolm Jenkins, they all thrive in man coverage. I don't know why we're not doing it. That doesn't mean we need to only play man. But I mean, stop playing a zone every play if we're getting torched by 15 yards every play. By Daniel Jones. By the way, this is not a team that's going to make the playoffs. You think the Giants are going to make the playoffs? You think the Giants are going to make the... They're not making the playoffs. And we lost. For no reason. In a season where we desperately need everyone we can get. We have the Falcons twice, who could easily beat us once after this. The Panthers again. We have the Bucks we have to play twice. We're going to at least lose one of them. I'll be damned if we win both again. We have a tough schedule. We have to face Dallas this year, too. We cannot afford easy wins to be losses. We cannot afford that. At all. If we want to make the playoffs, we need to win every easy game and get it out of the way. And then prepare for the hard games. We cannot play down to our competition like every year and lose to an easy-ass team like this. Utterly unacceptable. Versus Washington, if we lose against Washington, which is definitely possible, Taylor Heineke looks great. Terry McLaurin is great. Their defense could be getting it together. I mean, they have a few injuries, but injuries don't matter, guys. You want to know why injuries don't matter? Because the Giants are littered with injuries. Not only do they have a worse roster than the Saints, but they also have worse coaching. They have Jason Garrett, guys. We just got out-coached by Jason Garrett and a special teams coordinator. Unacceptable. Unabsolutely acceptable. A special teams coordinator and Jason Garrett. My God. Just thinking about it, I didn't want to talk about it. I'm venting right now, okay? I didn't want to talk about this fucking game. I just didn't want to talk about it because it's just so, we should not be 2-2. And sometimes I think the pain that the fans feel should be the pain that the Saints players feel. And they should use that pain and induct it every time they lose to win the next game. I'm thinking in my head, do the Saints players just take this loss and only focus about football? The Saints players should not only focus about the game, obviously. They should focus about how the fans feel. You should win for the fans, Saints. You shouldn't win to win the football game. Win for the fans. I think that's number one. Win for the fans. Don't win because you want to win a football game. Win for the fans to think about what they have to go through rooting for this fucking team. Okay, sorry for the little rant there. Let's talk about the offense on the one in this video. Taysom Hill is now the most predictable quarterback in the league. Let alone when he does it, when it works, I'm a fan. When he does his runs and it works, I'm a fan. Here's the problem: you need to stop doing it every 5 plays, especially, and I mean absolutely especially, when Jameis is hot. Listen, I'm fine with the Taysom RP. I'm actually fine. Especially if Jameis is having a bad day or our run game can't get going. Do it, okay? Keep doing it. Alvin Kamara was doing fine. I think the reason why we had a little bit more runs is because Tony Jones Jr. was out. So that's why we kept doing Taysom. Still. This is the biggest problem I had. After that Kenny Stills touchdown, and Jameis is hot. I mean, flaming hot. Callaway touchdown, Stills touchdown. By the way, fuck Adam Trutman. I'll get to that in a second. Kenny Stills touchdown, right? All right, Taysom Hill. Why would Sean Payton, after a beautiful ball of Jameis to Stills, you let Taysom out of all people, and I don't give a crap. I could care less if Taysom threw a dime to Harris and it was caught. I don't care if it was Merkley and it was still underthrown and Harris caught it and it was caught for a touchdown. I do not care. You do not let Taysom throw a deep ball. Period. You do not let Taysom Hill throw a deep ball. He sucks. The Vikings game, the Falcons game, every deep ball we've seen from Taysom, it's been underthrown, intercepted, or incomplete. He completed one pass to Emmanuel Sanders that was underthrown. You want to know why? Because it's Emmanuel Sanders. He knows he's lucky as hell that ball was caught. Disgusting. And the thing that pisses me off now is I really like... I don't want to say I like having a media narrative, but I don't like when our narrative is that we're going to miss the playoffs. Because everyone that's not a Saints fan is not going to be like, the Saints are going to miss the playoffs. Listen, there's a lot of good news, though. There is a lot of good news. Only if we beat Washington. If we lose to Washington, we might as well book our season's done. Because we're at least going to lose 6 or 7 more times. Okay. If we can lose to Washington, we can lose to the Falcons. We could lose to everyone. We could go fucking we could go 2-16. I mean, if we can lose to the Giants and we can lose to Washington, then we can lose to every team in the league. And our roster just does not deserve this. Our roster is so good. I mean, Super Bowl roster, and I am not over-exaggerating. Do not tell me I'm over-exaggerating. When our team is healthy with Michael Thomas, David Onyemata, Quan Alexander, Marcus Davenport, when this team is 100% healthy, this is a Super Bowl caliber roster, especially if Sean Payton unleashes the playbook. I believe in Jameis. I am 100% on the Jameis train, especially after that Giants train. I can see we have a vertical game. He's making good decisions. You want to know the reason why? Because our receivers are an also issue. They're not getting open. Our receivers didn't have much separation. The last thing we're going to talk about is our receivers and the tight ends. Trotman needs to be cut. Trotman needs to be cut. Unless he can do something, Trotman needs to be cut. I want to see Vannett blocking. Play Vannett like Josh Hill. And just get Juwan Johnson in a Jared Cook role. I want to just see Juwan Johnson, chip block, use him as Jared Cook, basically. Okay? And then use Nick Vannett, or Vannett, as basically a Josh Hill blocking tight end. Don't use Trotman. He sucks at blocking. He holds, he misses blocks, and he can't catch. He's useless. We thought Trotman was going to be the next coming of Travis Kelce, but he's really just Evan Ingram. I mean, my God. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's hope we can... Now, the good news, the last thing I'll say is the good news is, if we win against Washington, I don't care how ugly it is, if we win against Washington, we'll be 3-2. And we're going to go into the bye week with almost an 100% healthy roster versus Seattle. 100%. If no injuries happen during practice, we'll have a 100% healthy roster, and we will definitely see a new Saints team. If we lose against Washington, just the confidence will go down, and we could lose against Seattle. People don't realize that confidence level is really, a factor. We're barely 500 right now. I cannot believe this. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's about it. That's about all I have to say. I'm still upset about this loss. We should be 3-1 right now. And I really thought we could win this division. I really think we could have beat the Panthers and the Buccaneers. I still think it's going to be close, but we'll see, man. This is the worst loss. I've never felt this bad about a loss since the playoff losses, man. I'll see you guys later. Peace.